chúng sẽ giải tỏa ý trọng này chỉ cái tên trả thiết chúng bây giờ mà chuột xuống số tú thì là sẽ cho số mong news là giờ số mong sao sự cho sát cái loại gì nhớ đồ rồi nói cho nên một sẽ cho cái sĩ thản cho đồ tụ chữ thế tụ chữ cho đồ giờ tuân xài với những kia nhớ đồ này ý ra những kiaอยู่chữ sĩ cho đồ lúc cổ linh đôi xong sẽ có chỉ nó muốn bị hủy tiệt house nocturne chẳng những kia nó giờ ra những kia mình cả sư ta chỉ mua bên mong ở tuân xài với những kia nhớ đồ họส่วนในตัวอย่างด้วยที่ตัวถอดด้วยยังอีทุนเป็นมองที่อย่างก่อส่วนสิ่งที่กูจะนำมาใช้จะเกี่ยวกับฐานยันโดรนอที่ชาติแต่ดูในส่วนสุดตัวเป้าจ่อเดียเกี่ยวกับฐานยันโดรนออยู่ที่ท้าวรวมอเมริกาซื้อจะการใช้ต่อ
Okay, nice to meet you, Ken.
Najong?
Yeah, Najong.
Ken speaks, yeah.
Oh, you speak more.
I wish I could speak more.
First, I'd like to thank you for your time and your crews being here with us. But first, we'd like to know yourself a little bit, how you start this program.
Sure. I started out in the military. After I was an instructor, military instructor. After I did that, I went back to school, got my degree, started writing, screenwriting, and next thing you know, I did some work in Los Angeles. I got bit with the movie bug. So I came back here and I wanted to make a movie. Found this incredibly talented guy right here, Chris. And we started the process of making this movie.
Now, tell us a little bit how you find these young ladies here and the actress. How do you find each other?
We had the idea of having a very diverse movie with different cultures, telling different stories. So the idea was specifically to look for someone who was Hmong and have them represent in the movie. So that's how I met these two lovely ladies. That was also through Chris.
Okay.
I've seen them perform on YouTube, singing and performing. And I said, oh, hey, let's ask them to try out for the movie. And they did it. Knocked it out the ballpark.
You started a movie named The House of Night, right?
Yes.
What does that mean to us?
If you consider the House of Nocturne, it would be a nightclub where the words creatures of the dark, that's where they go. That's where they go to socialize. They go there to party. They go there to share stories. And when they're sharing stories, we, as the viewer, gets a chance to see them and hear their stories. It has light humor, some very dark comedy, and some very scary stories as well.
How that's come up to your mind? Say, I got to do this movie.
It's a calling. Someone says, this is what I like to do, and then there's people that say, this is what I love to do. And when I started doing this and talking to more and more people, I've come to love it very much. Even if I don't make a dime making movies, I would be making movies of birds, of water. I would be making movies. I just love the process, the creativity, the arguments when we disagree, but it's all about making that movie. So yeah, I love it.
Now, how long you start this program?
Oh, about 2 years now. It's been 2 years, the process, Now, I've been writing longer, but just to make the movie, it's been 2 years so far.
Can you share a little bit of how the movie it is?
Yes. It's like the Twilight Zone. Some of the younger guys don't know that show, but Twilight Zone, Out Night Gallery, they had these shorts into one large movie, and each one has a scary story, and each one is different. And you would have one character, and in this particular movie, the nightclub owner has all these stories that he shares with a young lady named Alexi. And matter of fact, these two ladies are in each different short, and Chris will be recording the entire thing. So, and that's the basis of the movie. It happens in a nightclub. These short stories happen, and people get to watch it.
How big the project is, as you can share us a little bit about that.
It's what you would call an independent movie. So independent movies range from $0 to $100,000. So that anytime someone says, "Oh, I'm doing a micro budget movie," that's the budget, And of course, they can't tell you the full amount until they're finished.
I know.
Yeah.
So, any struggling?
Yeah. The hardest part was the hardest part is locations so far. We were able to find great actors, people who wanted to work on the crew. That's happened. But the locations are always complicated because the owner says, oh, you're making a micro budget movie. That's not a lot of money, and no. Whereas if you were a major motion picture studio, you can walk to anywhere and say, here's money, take our money, we want to use your building. So we are operating on the kindness of others. So and that's what's been going on here. And we've had we have a great guy. When we shot the feature that Deborah's in, we were able to get a hold of a school, an abandoned school, which was awesome.
That was literally the most perfect location that any horror movie would, love to shoot their movies in. As soon as you walk into the building, you just get this intense vibe of just freakiness. And we actually think the building's haunted.
Yeah.
So
it fit.
Yeah. So it adds to the movie and the atmosphere, and it freaks all of us out who are there filming the film. So.
And the idea is to shoot, when we shot this, was to use just flashlights. No specialty lenses, no tungsten, no like what you would use in a normal studio. We wanted to use just flashlights, basic lighting, to add to the ambiance, I guess the word for it.
So when you expecting to be released or on the market, or
well, the goal is to have the feature released in October, the end of October, right around Halloween. Of course, if things don't work out, then it will be later. But that's the goal.
On the movie itself, do you English or will be, because you have the characters or Hmong? What
we're doing is hopefully selling this out to many cultures, not just Hmong. But yes, if we have the chance, and of course the opportunity, we'll have it translated. So if we're going to have it distributed on DVD, we'll have it so a person can download it from the internet, and we'll have the translation there too.
You are the writer and you the director, have to tell you do this, you do that.
Yes.
Is it hard for you?
No, I have a very big mouth. I can yell at people all day, but it wasn't hard because they're so talented that if I have an idea, they'll say, okay, that's a good idea, but how about if I do it this way? And it works just fine. That's the beautiful part of movie making. You have talented people who come together and make something like that.
A lot of times people don't understand that when you're making a film, there's a lot of stress that goes into it. It's not just holding a camera and people are acting. No, there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes. Things don't go properly the way it's planned. Every minute wasted is another $1, another $10, $20. And you want to be perfect and precise in executing what you want to do. Otherwise, everything's just going to go out of control, and that's when you need somebody with authority like Ken here to make sure to keep everybody in line.
You will be one of the just a crew, or you will be actor?
I am actually the cinematographer and the editor on this film. So my job and my role is to take his script, his vision, and put it out there on the screen. Just like any movie that you see, whatever you see on the screen itself, that's the cinematographer's job. Not the director. He directs the actors, and the story.
So
everything you
whatever is good is your job.
Yes. Everything you see.
And it is the color doesn't match is your problem, right?
It is my fault. If the camera is shaky at a point, it's my fault.
Or the film is shaking too much.
Yep. All of that would be the cinematographer's job and the editor. So, like I said, the director, his primary job is to focus on the actors and the actors alone. And everything else, that's why you need a crew. Everybody has a specific area.
Job.
Yep. I'm the main cinematographer. We're working on, as soon as we expand larger in our shoots, it calls for multiple camera angles and other things. So we'll need other camera operators, A, B, and C cameras. And when it comes to editing, I'm the main editor as well. So it takes another team of people as well. So maybe 2 or 3 of us would be able to handle that edit alone.
For some of the shoots, you can have a small crew of people. That's easy to do, easy to manage. But then as this process is going on, we're going to need more people and to do more shots, more room, and a lot more editing too.
Yeah.
And he's also the lead, and when that happened, he'll be the lead editor too.
So where do you guys your editing and filming from?
Well, a little bit about me. I went to film school, 2012. Best decision of my life. Went there, learned the Hollywood standard, everything you need to know about how Hollywood runs, how they work on set and everything. They mainly teach you about story, but as far as like filming and working with camera and editing, that was all self-taught. You know, I would just pick up the programs, you know, I just play around with it, just like video games. If you love video games, you do it for hours. With editing, I'm the same way with that. I'll sit on a computer and just learn the program, and I'll love it, and I'll play with it for hours. And then once you just finesse yourself in it, you just, man, hey, Hollywood does exactly just this. Why can't I do it? Let's make a movie. You know, and you know, I've always loved going to the theaters when I was a kid. I mean, that was my ultimate thing. Even today, that's my favorite thing to do is go watch a movie with my friends. And growing up, every time I watch a movie, I'm just like, hey, I want to make something like that. I know I can. You know, it doesn't look that hard. Let's just get a couple cameras, get a couple softwares going, and let's just shoot it, whether it's good or not. Let's just go out there and do it.
So you're born in the United States?
Yeah, right? I was born here in the United States. I was born in Illinois, Kankakee, Illinois. So
did you grow up there?
No, I grew up in the West Coast in Seattle. Yeah, and then now I moved to Michigan and been there for 7 years now.
And do you find any problem when you do when you're directing the your actor, your people, and you had to tell this lady, say, you know, you got to do this. Do you
because I'm a little bit laid back in my in the way I direct people. One, because they're the actor, they're the professional, and so I know I don't have to yell at anybody or get angry, but sometimes they get a little too relaxed.
Yeah.
Like the last one we did, they were running around, joking, kidding, and playing, and I had to yell silence. And I don't, do you remember that? When I had to use my Army voice at the time. And I didn't know it was that loud until I heard the echo down the hallway, and down the hallway, down the hallway. And I said, okay, Ken, that was a little too loud. I'm talking to myself. So, okay, sorry, let's go on, let's move on. And then we went back. Everyone, you know, got professional again, and we shot the scene.
And also, I think that you know, just acting with the co-stars as well, our chemistry, like we just happen to come together so perfectly. And when when we're off camera, we mess around, we joke around, but when it's time to do our job, to act, that's when we all get serious. We get into character, and you know, we make the movie. So
when you're off the camera, off the project, you can always share ideas, things like that.
Definitely. Yeah, we always like we rehearse before the scenes. Like, hey, can I do it this way? Maybe I should walk in this way. Maybe I should say it this way. You know, we always try different ways to improve the scene.
So what part you play in the movie?
I'm in the first short. I play a character named Becky. She's a high school girl, and basically.
So Becky is you?
Yes, I'm the creepy one. But she's you know, just a regular girl, really. You know, she's trying to find her place in, you know, in society, trying to find herself, and she really just wants to fit in. But you know, the thing is that she's very different. You know, she's actually well, if you've seen from the little clip, she's actually, you know, a monster. But she turns only, you know, I think every full moon. And so when in the short, she's kidnapped by a group of high school boys who their fathers are kind of like Top Gun people in society. Like one's the
big shots.
Yeah, hot shots, you know, or big shots, yes. One's like the county judge, you know, a lawyer and stuff like that. So they think that they have that power as well as their sons. So what they do is that they take young girls, teenage girls, and they torture them. And my character, I happen to be one of those girls. And the whole time, I'm trying to I'm more afraid of what I'll do to them, because my time to turn into the monster is coming. And you know, if they don't release me, then they'll get hurt instead of me, you know, but they don't know that. So that's kind of the little twist in the story. But yeah, overall, you know, Becky, she's a really dynamic character.
She's very everything.
Yeah, it's a huge range. You know, this is my first feature, my first acting feature as well. And you know, when I read the script, I'm like, wow, I'm basically like acting as two people. You know, it's not just one role.
Do you find very hard to get into this project or this film?
My connection was Chris, who knew Ken, so that was my connection. And honestly, I think the hardest part is just finding the confidence and courage in yourself to audition for the part. Because a lot of people, they will say like, oh, like movies, like, no, that's not me. You know, like I can't be an actress, I can't do this. It's all in your head. But when you just tell yourself, you know, this is my only life to live. You know, I might not get this chance again. So you take it and you ride with it and you see where it takes you. And for me, when I walked into the auditioning room, I had no idea. I'm like, you know, this is new to me. I don't know if I did it right, but obviously I did. I got the part, so that's good. But it's all about finding the courage in yourself to take that step.
When you get into the film, how exciting are you?
Excited? I was really shocked because honestly, I never in my whole life I never really thought like I'm going to be an actress. I'm going to land a role and I'm going to make a movie. You know, when I never thought I would be able to do those things. But when I got the role, I was like, I almost had a heart attack. You know? Like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I got it. You know, I was so happy.
Any part of those acting is difficult for you?
I think the most difficult part is, well, in the short that I'm in, Becky, she is being tortured, and I really had to kind of get into that, you know, like how would I feel if I was abused this way, if people talked to me this way, if mentally I was crippled this way because of the way I was treated. And just acting as that is it's a very sensitive thing, because you have to embody those emotions, even though it's not literally happening to you. You have to, you know, act as if it is. So it almost becomes almost real in a way, and you have to, and also you're making it convincing too, you know. And that was a real challenge for me. And a part that's coming up as well is when Becky turns into the monster, she kind of goes, you know, animalistic. You know, she has to be very vicious, very fierce, very playful, you know, and that's the part where I think I might have, you know, the most challenge, because I'm not too much of like a mean person. You know, I'm very nice, you know, I'm polite, you know, and, you know, for this side, I have to be the complete opposite of me. So I think that's going to be challenging and fun at the same time. And I love Becky because she's everything. You know, you have, you know, this, you know, gentle person with a kind heart, and then you have this fierce animal that is ready to kill. You know, she's almost like two people in one. So she has a wide range of emotions and actions, and she's pretty awesome.
Are you two sisters?
Yes,
Yeah, we are sisters.
Oh, older sister? Or?
Yeah, I'm the oldest sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what part you play?
My part, as Ken said, I play the, you know, got out of college, and it's funny because I just graduated too. I just graduated from Grand Valley State University.
So fit right
right there, and I just graduated with my bachelor's in social work. And inside the movie, as you can see, when you watch it, I mean, it just seems like I'm living the new life. Like I just got out of college, I got my new job, and you know, I'm ready to start my new life as a married couple too. But I happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's when you'll find out. I don't want to spoil anything, but that's when it starts. And I'm actually not in the same short as Deborah, but I'm in the third short. So I'm actually in the last story. And the last story is kind of a mix of almost like a Carrie, I would say.
The character in the last short it's called Cleanliness, Godliness. The one that she's in is Home by Friday. And a character, unfortunately, an abused young man, grows up to be an abusive man. and he's also a little crazy. So events occur that puts him in a position where he's actually grabbing people from the streets. And he is, his mindset is that he uses biblical scripture incorrectly. So he'll say something incorrectly and use that scripture as he is punishing people. And there's a police officer that tracks them all down and saves their lives. But it's a rather sad statement on people, on society as a whole, that a person can be in that position in the first place.
Now, is that hard for you to play that part?
It was a little bit harder, but you know, I do sing and I perform on stage, so a little bit of it's a little different because when there's a camera, there's only a couple people looking at you when you're performing. So, but when you sing to a bigger audience. So I'm used to being able to perform in front of people live. So in a camera, you can do it over and over and over and fix your mistakes. But I have to say that it's somewhat difficult for me, but at the same time, it's not because I have a good director with me to teach me the way. And what I really love about Ken is that he really works well with everyone. He understands your talents and he really studies who you are to see what you're comfortable with and to see what will come out of you too. So being creative, you know, as because I do dance and I sing too, and he lets me he allows me to be creative and to kind of show him a different side of the character too, what the character could have and could contribute to the script as well. Even to be an actor, actress is to be natural, because your goal is to be that character. And sometimes when you focus too much on being that character, you're actually not being that character. Yeah, so it's difficult. Like even when you say play scared and you act it out, but then you're too scared, you know. So I think it's very hard to be natural. So it's almost like, for me, I know that you just have to really study and just put yourself in that shoe. So forget about Selena Coop. Okay, you're this person now, and
the camera will know. The camera will know.
Yeah, and the director.
So you would know that. No, that's wrong, right?
Oh yeah. Usually, you know, usually when actors they act, they don't just act. Not all actors, but some actors usually when they act in front of the camera, they act as their character. And to get into more character for the next day, sometimes they go home for weeks at a time and they live in that character's shoes. Like they don't go back to being themselves until the movie's over. You know? Serious actors do that. They live that character.
Method actors do that a lot.
They live that character for as long as they possibly can.
So do you have to remind them, don't do that?
Exactly. Exactly. You know? Real good actors learn how to do that.
When we make the final cut, then basically for the next 5 to 10 minutes, we don't talk about the movie. We talk about cleaning up, picking this up, doing something completely different from the movie, just so their mindset can change back. It makes it a lot easier, and the job gets done a lot quicker too. So.
Because you don't want people go home and they act the same way.
Yeah. I don't want any phone call at night because someone is out there running around killing people. What? No.
Yeah.
So then I have to go find them.
Yeah. So how do you get in? Is your sister got in first and she asked to join, or how that worked? How that happened?
How we actually got into it was actually through Chris. We knew Chris because in Michigan, we live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we've hold some Hmong youth events in Michigan, and the first it's called the Hmong Summer Bash, and Chris actually helped us by recording the event for us, and we met him through my mom, and then met us, and then we worked together, and ever since we worked with Chris, he's loved working with us, and he understands that, you know, the Hmong community, we have to help each other. You know, we're a very small clan, and especially in Grand Rapids, there's not too many families, so, and Chris met us and saw how talented, you know, we put this event together, and he helped us to get in contact with Ken, saying, "Hey, I know a guy, right? I know a guy who knows a guy." But basically, Chris is the one that offered the opportunity to us, and we took that opportunity, and we went and we both auditioned actually, and from the audition, that's where Ken made his decision to put us into the movie, but also, you know, Ken, he's learned to appreciate the Hmong community.
Do you say that earlier that you expecting to release this into the market in October?
Yes.
This year, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It will be in DVD to order on Amazon. That's the goal, is to have it ready to be released on all the digital platforms, iTunes, Amazon, those places. So if a person wants to download the movie to watch it, they can. If they want a DVD, of course, all they have to do is order it. We have a website set up, Facebook, we have Twitter. You can easily contact me directly. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions they have about the DVD's distribution. We'll post updates constantly on the websites as well. We'll be starting a crowdfunding campaign pretty soon, within a week, to help raise extra money for that as well. And as soon as I find out, you guys will find out. I'll let you know.
What do you two learn from this film?
I think overall, I learned that, personally, I learned that anything is possible. That although, you know, this is my first time being an actress, this is their first feature, and, you know, with the right team, the right motivation and determination, you can make amazing things. And that the only limitation you have is yourself. So as long as you have the drive, you have the vision, and you have the work ethic to make it work, then you're golden. You can do anything, and that's for Hmong people as well. You know, you are not limited just to, you know, be a regular Hmong person. You can be so successful. You know, you can reach above, you know, your parents or ancestors. You have all the opportunities right in front of you. It's just about if you're willing to grab it. Are you willing to take that risk and try something new? Are you willing to, you know, push yourself to make a difference? And, you know, that's what I really learned, just, you know, stepping into, you know, the acting world. You know, it's very new to me, but, you know, I've learned so much. You know, as a person, I've grown, and just experiencing this, it allowed me to see that I'm more capable than I thought I ever was.
How about you, Smith?
I mean, I would say that I've definitely to contribute to whatever that. I believe all that. And also, I think to add to that, it's very important with this production is that you learn how to work with different people. Diversity. I know that that was a big part of it, to add diversity. Like, our main actress is a Korean. We have Caucasians, we have blacks, we have all types of races inside this production. And I think working with different cultures, I think that's very hard. You know, different beliefs, you can clash or you can work together. And we've definitely made something from just working together, being able to work together and collaborate. And not only that, but also networking too. You know, if Hmong people just network with Hmong people, then where are you going to go after that? You just stick within your own group. But you see that we've networked with Ken, we networked with, and Chris, with all types of people. You know, Chris, this is not his first feature production, but he's worked with, you know, people who's done God's Not Dead. You know, Do You Believe? So definitely having the network and outsourcing and getting a bigger support system, I think, is very important. Because, you know, as a social worker, I've learned that you need to have that support system to be strong. And that's what I really love about the Hmong culture, is that, you know, we all know each other by just asking, who's your mom, who's your dad, or what's your grandparents' name, you know? And then once you know the line, it's, oh, okay.
So it's family tree. Huh?
Yeah, family tree. But we have to remember, we have to add to our family. You know, I look at Ken and the people that I worked with on the production as my family too.
Yeah, Chris, you not just only doing this one.
Yeah.
You also part of the organization under the company, right?
Yes, definitely. I've been ever since film school. Okay, my whole life just totally took a 180-degree turn. Okay, I mean, everything just hit me in the face so hard to where I was not ready for it, and that's why I learned a lot from all this stuff. Okay, because, you know, you just have to cope with it. If it comes your way, take the opportunity and go do it, because you never know when it's going to take you. And with hard work and stuff like that, you know, people will get you noticed. And again, when you say that about me going and working in other places, yes, that's exactly that. You know, people would start noticing you and calling you, like, hey, I notice you're good at this, doing this. Somebody told me you're a hard worker. Do you want to come work on this movie with us? And I'm just like, yeah, of course. That's when I got pulled over and worked with, you know, these big Hollywood feature films like Do You Believe, you know, like Pureflix Entertainment and stuff like that. Worked with Taproot Pictures, you know, all these gigantic film companies, and it's just, you know, just a huge lot of weight on my shoulders. You know, and when you have that much weight on your shoulders, it's just you just embrace it the best you can. Don't crawl back into your house and you know, and all of that. You learn how to grow thick skin, because you know, he knows, they know, you all know, in this industry you have to have thick skin, because there's gonna be a lot of
you gotta love, right?
Yes.
You gotta like, right?
Yeah.
You live with it, right?
Right.
Exactly, because there's gonna be people out there who says, oh, you suck, or I don't like your stuff, you know, whatever. And then, you know, you're doing what you love. Who cares? It bounces off your skin, goes off. Hey, I love what I do. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. There's people like me. There's people who don't like me.
That is
do
true.
You know, just do you. And complete your goal. And that's all that matters.
And as Chris said, you know, we have that thick skin, and people might hate you, they might like you, but the thing is that you're doing it. You're doing it while they're just going away, criticizing you. You know?
Do you have anything to add to the film to us?
Well, like I said, we have the website up. We have our Facebook and Twitter accounts running up, and the crowdfunding is coming up pretty soon. The movie, the goal was to have a diverse cast and crew. Mission accomplished. I was able to grab 2 great among actresses. Mission accomplished. I had an awesome cinematographer. Mission accomplished. I think they'll like this feature. It's fun. It's creepy. There's a little scariness. And when people look at it, they'll also have some commentary on society, how we treat each other in terms of where you are in life. You look at someone and you think they're better than you, or less than you are, or worse than you are, and you treat them accordingly, correctly or incorrectly. And doing that in a scary movie, you know, it's easy to do, actually. It's a lot easier to do than some other drama movies, I think. You know.
Thank you so much for your time, Ken and Chris and Deborah and Selena, right? Okay, thanks for your time, and we are waiting to see it.
一种这个定价贴从不嘛说清楚都可能好把到了的要给是谈到都知的都知的让人家无论被活的 House NOCTURNE 都被มองตุนสายวันยาเกตเทียตัวยิงเทียถอดดัวยังยาเกตที่ยังก็กูอยากรู้จะบอกเลยว่านักการยงในส่วนสุดตัวเป็นมันชินชีดัว